In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to get your WMA, weighted moving average, to be exactly like TradingView, going from PineScript to Python. Here you can see here, just remember this number, 3684215. You can see up here, this is the TradingView website. What does it say in this upper left corner? 3684215. Then, when we do that, we're going to be able to apply it to another indicator. We're going to apply a weighted moving average to the RSI. Again, remember this number, 44.20. We come over here. We see this is 44.20. So these numbers are lining up exactly. And then after all that, we will go through and show you guys exactly how to plot it, so that way it looks exactly like the way it does on TradingView. If we look over here, it looks exactly the same. All right. And then after we've done all of that, I'm going to show you guys my back tester that I've built. It's completely free to use. We're just going to run through all this. We can get some candles, set the exchange settings, set some settings about our stop loss, take profit, risk to reward, all of that fun stuff. Run the back test in 0.8 seconds, get some results here, and then we can print out exactly each and every single trade, what happened when we're moving the stop loss, all that fun stuff, and our cumulative P&L. And then after you've done all that, you can come over here and say, hey, I want to place some trades. Well, look at this. We can go on Mufex, Apex, Binance, Bybit. Watch this. We'll come up here. You'll be able to see we place a trade here. Place a trade over on Bybit in a second. You can see there. We place a trade on Apex. We place a trade on Binance. And so basically, once you are done backtesting your strategy, you can also just go ahead and go live with it. We are ready for that. Then if you really want to get crazy, you can actually watch it in real time, exactly what's happening with your entries and your exits and how the take profits are moving and the stop losses are moving and all of that fun stuff. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and just jump into the video here. So what you're going to need is you're going to have NumPy imported. You're going to have a understanding of NumPy and I think that's basically it for right now. And so I've done a video in the past going over how to download the candles. So you guys can check that out if you need to download candles. Let me make this bigger. And if not, you guys can just go down below, go to all my links, and then you can go into my GitHub and use my platform that I've built in order to download the candles. But you're going to need to be able to download the candles. Also follow me on Twitter as well. That'd be nice. So once you've downloaded the candles, all we need to do is get the candle closes. And so for me, I'm using the Binance USDT from Binance US, just that way, dealing with the damn restrictions in countries and all of that other fun stuff. So here we're gonna download the candles. I'm just gonna download 500 of them on the 1 hour time frame. I'm getting BTC USDT, and I'm just gonna get the closes. So the way my download is set up is that it'll return the timestamp. Well, I guess I'll just show you guys over here. It returns the timestamp, the open, the high, the low, the closes. So that's why we're just getting the last row. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so that's what we're getting over here. We're getting the fourth. It's saying return all the rows and give me the fourth column. All right, so we'll go ahead and get that. So I think this is good, and then this is good. All right, so now we're going to actually go ahead and start building the weighted moving average. So here, what we'll do is we will just create a function. We're going to call it WMA. I like to just name my functions WMA TV. Then we're going to do source is a NumPy array. So again, I have just imported NumPy as NP, so that's why you see NP there. And then we are going to go over here and do length is an int, and I'm just going to set that equal to 9. And okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So what we are looking at over here, and again, if you guys actually don't want to do any of this, you guys can see here I've got a whole bunch of TradingView indicators, weighted moving average, SMA, EMA. You don't have to do any of this. Just join the Discord, Telegram, ask me for access to it, or you can just go to the GitHub and download and pip install it yourself if you'd like to. But anyways, so here we got to go to this website first and check that out. So what exactly is happening here with the weighted moving average? Well, according to how TradingView calculates it, they take the weight and they, their alarm goes off. And once their alarm is done going off, you come over here and you get the weight and you get y minus 1 times y, and then you do norm plus weight, and then you do sum is equal to sum plus xi times weight. And so that's all going to be in a for loop of basically the length. So this is the source, and this is the length right here. So it would be close and 15. So you'd loop through this 15 times, and so you just do 15 minus 0 times 15. Then you do all this stuff, and then you do 14 minus or 15 minus 1 times 15, and then 15 minus 2 times 15, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so what we do here for the weight is this. So let's go down here, and we're going to do weight equals length, like they have it. Oh, wait. Well, I guess we have to do this here. Weight equals length minus np dot arrange 0 through 11. All right. And so we have to also add in, don't forget the multiplier, right? So we're going to do this times length. So we have to wrap this in a, okay, does it not want to wrap? Thank you. Thank you for wrapping it. All right. So this will return a, let's just set this length equals 14, and source equals closes. All right, and so let's just do this. And so what's going to happen here is we're going to get a numpy array that is basically 14 minus 0 times 14, then 14 minus 1, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to go this way, right? But Tradingview, for some reason, they like to go backwards. And so when you see x is 0, that means the first one. And then x is 1 means go back 1, which is the exact opposite as the way of that Python works. So you have to go back 1, and then you go back 1, and you go back 1, you go back 1, you go back 1. And so this, what we have to do with this is we have to do np.flip, because we need 14 to be first, because again, we're going forwards and they go backwards. And so we have to flip it. So we have to do np.flip. And let's go and do that. So now what we will have is this. So now we will have 14, 8, 28, 42. I mean, you guys can read, right? Or hopefully you guys can read. So now that we have this, we're going to do np.flip. And grab this and grab that. All right, so the next thing that we have to do is we have to get the norm. So this norm is just norm plus weight, which again, so instead of doing for loops here, doing all of that stuff, we're going to do a for loop later, but yeah, well, we can just address these two things first, because these things are never going to change. So there's no need to do these over and over and over again. So the next thing that we would do here is we would just call this weight equals, and then the norm is just going to be weight.sum. Right? So here, remember, this is just norm plus weight equals norm. So this is just norm plus equals weight. So that's just the sum of the weight. So that's what we have here. So norm equals this. So we'll grab that, put that here like this. And next is we need to actually create our weighted moving average. So weighted moving average equals np.full like. And we're going to do source, and it's going to be filled with NaN values. So again, what does this do? Well, come over here, run this. It just gives us an array the size of source, and it fills it with NaN values. Next, we need to do length minus 1 equals length minus 1, because that's where we're basically going to be starting. All right, and the next thing is now we have to get into a for loop here, And so what we need to do is do for index in range length -1 all the way up to the source dot size. Now we're going to do the sum equals source index minus length -1 and then index +1 times the weight, and we are going to sum all of that up. Okay, and so we'll go over what we're doing here in just 1 second. And then the weighted moving average index equals the sum divided by norm. Okay. And so what we're doing here is we're doing this part right here, right? So we're saying, we're basically saying for every candle or every price for the close, we're going to basically do this whole entire for loop right here. And so what's happening here? Well, we're getting the source, we're getting 0 through, this is length -1, so let's say it's 10. So we would get 0 through 9. This is going to be starting out at 9, right? Because we have our, if we're, okay. Let's change this to 10. That way the math is easier. We're starting at 10. We subtract 1 from the length. That gives us 9. So we're going to do 9 minus 9 is 0. So we'll start at 0 and go all the way to 9 plus 1, which is 10. So that's going to give us 0 through 9. So give us all of the elements 0 through 9 and multiply each one of those by weight. So we'd have element 0 times weight, element 1 times weight, element 2 times weight, element 3 times weight, all the way up. And then we would sum that whole entire thing up. So let's bring this out here like this. And do, what would we say? 9 minus 9 all the way up to 10, basically, or 9 plus 1 times the weight and sum. So we can't do that yet. And the reason we can't do that is because we set our length to 14 up here. So we'll just do 14 minus 1. Let's set this to 0. And this is going to be 14. Okay, so that's basically what we're doing here. And we're summing it all up. So if we remove this, you'll see here we have element 0 times the weight, element from the source, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And then we'll do sum. And now we sum up all of those and we get this number. And so that's what we're doing here. Then we're taking that number, which is this, and dividing it by the norm. So if here we divided that by the norm, we would get this number right here, which is our weighted moving average for this specific index. So again, if we are starting at 10 for our length, then in index 9, if this is the first time through, in index 9, we would be storing this number right here. Then we're going to move on to the next index, then the next index, then the next index, and the next index. Okay? This is why, hopefully I explained it well enough for you guys to understand. I'm trying to explain it as if you guys kind of sort of understand NumPy. But yeah, if you guys have questions about NumPy or anything like that, again, you guys can go up to the Discord or Telegram and message me and say, hey, I don't understand. Or you can go into my Python tutorials, general Python tutorials. That's where I'll have like NumPy and pandas and different things like that. So you guys can check out information there if you need it. Okay, so now we've basically created what we have over here. And I know that it works because I've tested it and I showed you guys. So let's do this. Let's get rid of all this. Let's delete this. And so now let's run this, and we have our closes and all of that other fun stuff. And so now let's do WMA. Let's do the source is going to be close is, and our length is going to be whatever, 14. So now we have all these. So now what we do, you see this number 36756. So hope to the gods, we said the length is going to be 14. So let's see here. This is 3675658. 3675658. All right. And so what we will do now is I already have the RSI. So we're going to apply a weighted moving average. The source is going to be RSI. Whoa, I did not have that. Anyways, I've already shown you guys over here with the RSI. So we applied a weighting moving average to the RSI, and we were able to see that we basically got the same exact numbers like I showed you in the beginning. And so now I'm going to go over the plotting side of things for this real quick, in case you guys wanted to plot it. So we're going to do plot WMA, and what we will need in order to plot all of this fun stuff is we're going to need the candles. Oh, damn, that means I need to re-download all this. Array, and we are going to call this a function actually. And the next thing we're going to do is indicator. It's going to be np.array, and that's it. And so here we will need to do date times equals pd.to date time, and we're going to send it candles. Again, mine has the timestamp at 0 in the 0 column, and the units here are going to be in milliseconds. And now we need to do figure equals go.figure. Oh yeah. So you guys will want to install Plotly, pip install Plotly, and also import plotly.graphObjects as Go. That's all you really need. The rest of this stuff that I have here is to make it, look like what I showed you guys over here. Like it's custom colors and stuff like that. So anyways, what are we doing? We are doing figure and data, and we're going to do candlestick. Very pretty much straightforward here. So what this is we're saying the x-axis is going to be the date times. Then we're going to have our open, high, low, close. And we're going to have candles, like I told you guys, with the way I have it downloaded. The open is column 1, high is 2, 3 is low, 4 is close. And so that's going to be our candlesticks right there. Then what we'll need to do is add a scatter plot. We're going to do x equals date times. I'm just going to... Here you go. So this is going to be WMA, and this is going to be nothing. You can put a hex color here if you want to, but it doesn't matter. So now you have your candlesticks, and then you're going to have your scatter. So these are going to basically be on the same exact chart. And so now we have our plot. And so now what we'll do is we'll do plot WMA sort candles equals candles. We don't have those yet, but we'll get them. And then indicator equals WMA. We don't have that either, so we will get that. And so here, let's do this. And we'll say close this equals candles like this, and then we'll say this is candles. And we'll download. Bam. And oh, now we have to store WMA. WMA equals this, and this should work. And it's not going to work because we don't have anything to show. So we have to do this right here. So you want to do fig.update layout. You can make the height whatever you would like. And I always turn this range slider off. It's really, really, really annoying. So you have x-axis range slider visible. equals false, and then you want to just do fig.show. And so now let's run that, and now we run this, and now it shows up. But all right, so I guess we are actually going to have to what is it called? Give it an indicator color, because that is disgusting. So let's go ahead and put that up here. This is just indicator color. It's a hex that is just blue. So you can go to any hex website or whatever it is that you want, but this is 3EA3FF. And we will do this as line color equals this. So now let's run this. Now we can actually see it. All right. I think if we do this, yeah, it's a little scuffed up here. Let's change this to let's see how much better that looks. Let's change it to 500. Okay, that looks a lot better. So there's our WMA. Oh, and it's also 500 candles too, so that's a lot of candles for this small little screen here. So let's re-download everything and see what it looks like with only 200 candles. Okay, that looks a little bit better, more readable. So as you guys can see, this looks exactly the same. It is exactly the same. You can see like this little section right here is doing the same exact thing. The numbers are already there. I've already shown you guys all of that fun stuff. And so now, like I said, I promised with the backtester, like I said, there's many ways to get different candles from all those different exchanges. This is just setting your exchange settings, like your what is it, fees and cost and all of that other fun stuff. Here we have some options for how many trades you want, how much you want to risk, what's your risk to reward, how much you want to add your stop loss, do you want to trail your stop loss, do you want to move your stop loss to break even. Here is just some static order settings about what type of position style that you want to do, your leverage style. You can make up whatever it is that you want here. And here is the strategy, right? This is just a simple RSI is below strategy, and we're going along with it. And we put all that information into this backtester here. You just run the backtest. It does everything for you. It tells you what your wins, your losses to the upside score, which is very, very, very important. How much you paid in fees, your total P&L, ending equity, all of that fun stuff. Then here, when you have a let's say that I want to look at the exact trades for this one right here. Then I would come over here and I would put that information into this. So you just basically copy this, except you just add these two things right here. And you also want to plot the results. And so here I'm saying, give me the 2 index of DOS index, and then this is the indicator settings index of 0. So you run that, and it'll tell you exactly what happened here. We only got stopped out once. And then the rest of the time we took profit, or we got stopped out in profit because we trailed our stop loss here. And then you can see here what your cumulative P&L would be. And then if you wanted to see every single trade in the database, you could see here exactly everything that was going on. It tells you your position size, where it actually happened, the timestamp of at what these things happened, what was happening, your stop loss, entry filled, all of that fun stuff. And then again, like I said, when you're done with it, you can come over here, and like I've already shown you guys can come up and place your orders on. These are just like testnet and stuff like that, but yeah, you can place your orders on a whole bunch of different exchanges, as we've already seen. And again, like I said, you guys can watch the actual real-time replay of exactly what had happened. And yeah, a whole bunch of stuff right there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Again, join the Discord, join the Telegram. The best thing that you guys could do is help me out, is to provide some feedback on what it is that you guys would like, what you guys didn't understand. Join the Discord or Telegram to let me know. And also, again, follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to bump up the numbers on that as far as followers go, because you guys know followers is the new currency. So appreciate it, and catch you guys next time.